Hello and welcome back to Good as Front Room. Subscribe to make sure you're notified of new videos. We've lots of exciting stuff to come this year. Christopher Nolan has become known as something of a cinematic magician. From Memento to Tenet, his films typically feature a twist in the tale. Many of them have a three-act structure that effectively replicate the structure of a magic trick. The Pledge, The Turn, The Prestige. And indeed, 2006's The Prestige represents quite possibly Nolan's greatest trick. Adapted from Christopher Priest's novel, The Prestige tells the story of a pair of magicians who, after a tragic occurrence, become bitter rivals. The film does deviate quite a lot from the novel, heading towards a vastly different ending, but that allows it to play as much as possible with the tools of cinema. So let's take a look how The Prestige is indeed formed like a magic trick. The first third of the film is The Pledge. It shows us our ordinary. Ordinary in this sense being the setup of a drama telling the tale of two rivals driven to extremes to outdo each other. We see Borden and Angier as an ambitious pair of magicians working together and longing for something more. Tragedy strikes and the paths of the two men are set, with the two of them increasingly antagonistic to each other. Indeed, in the opening sections, we see Borden arrested for the murder of Angier. We are also introduced to the concept of the three timelines that run concurrently throughout the film. There is what is effectively the present, where Borden is jailed and awaiting execution for the murder of Angier. A middle timeline of Angier travelling into the mountains as he tries to uncover the secrets of Borden's diary. And finally, we have the earliest timeline, which starts with Borden and Angier, as mentioned, working together under the tutelage of Cutter. Throughout the film, the use of the three timelines is used to maintain the illusion for the audience. It allows Nolan to postpone crucial rug pull moments, letting him skip to another timeline at these crucial moments. Also, during this section of the film, a number of crucial relationships are set up. Borden meets his wife, Angier and Cutter establish a student and mentor-like partnership thoroughly. Angier's new assistant is introduced, who becomes a crucial figure as we progress through the story. We are also given an understanding of the world of the magic performers in the 1800s. The pledge to us as the audience at this point is very much that we are about to watch a mystery thriller. We are setting out to learn why Borden is in prison. This is our lead-in. The next section of the film is The Turn, and it is the introduction of the transported man that begins this phase of the film. And its introduction is masterfully done. We don't actually see the trick itself at first, only the reactions of the characters who watch it. First, we see Angier's reacting with shock, disbelief and awe. Then we see him trying to describe the trick to his assistant and to Cutter. That is followed up with footage of Cutter also watching the trick, but he does so with an obvious look of bemusement. We instantly understand that he doesn't think the trick is anything he hasn't seen before. It's some time before we, as the film's audience, actually see the trick. Borden entering one door and appearing from another across the room. Catching a rubber ball he's bounced across the stage. Cutter states he believes the trick is simply done with the use of a body double, whilst Angiers is convinced that this could not possibly be the case. But crucially, Borden's trick is not gaining traction with the audience. His act is not becoming more popular. As Cutter says, the trick was too good, it was too simple. The audience hardly had time to see it. In other words, Borden does not have the sense of showmanship required. We see Angier create a version of the trick using his own body double, but become unsatisfied with missing out on the applause and finding himself effectively blackmailed by his double. This leads us into the scenes where we see him meeting the elusive Nikola Tesla in the mountains, hoping that Tesla holds the true secret of Borden's trick. Tesla does indeed have something for Angier, something that seems unbelievable. Is this how Borden's trick works? Here, a fantastical element is introduced as we turn away from the film being a straightforward thriller. The inclusion of Tesla and his machine is quite probably the most controversial element in the film. It puts forward a character based on a real-life historical figure and suggests that he has invented a cloning machine that also happens to transport its output some distance. It asks for the audience to suddenly accept a fantastical science fiction element in the middle of a film which so far has been grounded in reality. It can be argued that this is a massive swerve that hurts the tone of the film overall. But it is in fact a crucial part. This is the main misdirection of the magic trick that is the whole film. It comes just as we might be able to begin to guess what is behind Borden's version of the transported man. Things have certainly become more complex than where we started. What at first was a relationship driven by amnesty and one man's drive for revenge has become something more complex. These two men seem unable to define themselves without the other, both increasingly obsessed with each other. We then move into the final third, the prestige, where the curtain is pulled back, the secrets are revealed. There are a number of crucial reveals as we discover the secret not only behind Borden's trick, but also behind his seemingly erratic behaviour. It has been a theme in the film that Borden is a conflicted man who, seemingly erratic, seems to both fully love his wife as well as carry out an affair with his stage assistant. The truth behind Borden's arrest for Angier's murder is also revealed. And we have indeed been wrong-footed. There has been misdirection. The dazzling spectacle of Tesla's machine is not the secret. Borden and his business associate are revealed to be twins, both living in total commitment to the act. Taking turns to be the other, they go as far as to replicate mutilations suffered by one to the other. The film carefully obscures the identity of Borden's associate Fallon throughout, although it is possible to spot what is happening, especially when the film has actually already given away its central trick. And it's indeed Borden himself that deduces another magician's act is based upon presenting a lie off stage to sell the lies of his act on stage. The film has Borden himself tell the audience what he is doing. We are given another swerve as it seems Angier has successfully defeated Borden. Angier revealing that he is still alive to a soon to be executed Borden. But this is not the true prestige. That moment comes with the final reveal to Angier that Fallon is Borden's twin. Fallon kills Angier, a crime he cannot be convicted of, as Angier is already dead in the eyes of the law. And there we have it, a study of obsession and the damage it can wreak, as in the end what we now know is three men slowly destroy themselves and hurt all those around them. Wrapped up like a trick, a character study about bitterness and revenge is delivered to us underneath the misdirection of a mystery thriller. For me, The Prestige is my favourite Nolan film. It has the intricate structure, the MC Escher-like maze of plotting, but it also has strong developed characters and fascinating underlying themes. I think whilst always technically excellent, a lot of Nolan's other films can lack this element and fall into the trap of the characters being almost ciphers there to fulfill the needs of the trick that Nolan wants to pull. Inception probably comes a close second, but that's a video for another day, in which I explain why it really doesn't matter if that spinning top falls at the end or not. Please do like and subscribe if you like my wittering, and I'll see you again soon.